Hey guys, it's Selma and today I am doing part 2, video 2, meals and calories. Again, before you do any kind of physical activity, be sure that you consult with your physician first. So, what we're going to talk about with meals and calories, I mean, you guys could get online and you guys could look up multiple videos about calories and, how to count them and everything else. But this is what I'm giving you is just kind of a brief overview of some tips to help you guys with that out, or help you guys out with that, pardon me. So the goal of this video is plan, prepare, and execute. The very first thing I want you guys to do, or that I recommend you doing, is portion control. So for instance, 1 piece of pizza, a half a cup of ice cream, 1 hot dog, 1 slice of bologna. I know a lot of people put like 2 or 3 slices of bologna on their sandwiches, or, it's, for instance, here's a story. We were watching television one night and we had a group of people out, and so I had a piece of pizza, and I sit back and I'm watching television, and I noticed that my husband was to the left of me, and he had eaten 2 pieces. So I noticed a little bit later he grabs up another piece, and I'm like, dude, are you hungry? Or, that's kind of out of the norm for you to have 3 pieces. And he goes, oh, I wasn't paying attention, I was watching the television. So that's something you kind of want to keep in mind. Sometimes when you're watching TV, you're not really paying attention, kind of like back to the chips, you're not really paying attention to how much you're actually eating. Another good step when you're doing meals and calories is to write it down. I did this, and it was actually proved to be really beneficial, because as I was looking at all the things I'd eaten throughout the day, I'm like, oh, I really don't need that popsicle or whatever it was that I wanted to eat. So that was also a way to kind of keep me honest. But for instance, let's say you have, for breakfast, you have a bagel with cream cheese and coffee. And then let's say you have a really, really bad lunch. 3 slices of pizza, some beer, and 2 pieces of cake. Well, then when you're looking at that, if it's all written down, you're like, oh wow, I've had this, I did kind of bad. Maybe for dinner, I'll eat, some steamed vegetables and a cup of tuna and a glass of water. And that way you're kind of knowing what you've had and how much, you can kind of gauge a little bit when you start doing it more often how much you've had, and that way you're not going to be, making poor choices. There's also phone apps that help you guys with calories. It can help you count your calories, can help you log your calories, can tell you how many calories you've eaten. Again, this is just a brief overview of what all that entails. But yeah, this is, like I said, there's phone apps that help you can do it that way, that a lot of people do use. Or a piece of paper works just as well. It just doesn't actually calculate the number of calories for you, obviously. Also, meal prep. Meal preps helps you stay on track, and it helps you stay on a budget. Because if you go to the store and you say, I need, these 6 items to make my meals, well then you're going to buy, you stay on track, you buy those 6 items, you're going to you're going to stay right on budget. So that's also something to think about. You can also, if you're like, well, I don't know what to plan that's healthy, you can go online and you can look up healthy recipes, and you will find a huge variety of healthy recipes. So that's always something to think about. Also, you can look for substitutions. I do this a lot. With instead of using mayonnaise, I use plain Greek yogurt. So that's something you can think about as well. Also, pasta. Instead of just getting the white pasta, you can get the multigrain or the whole wheat pasta. That is also another great choice out there. Sometimes they have certain things, and that way you can kind of look at it and you can kind of gauge by how many calories and that kind of stuff is in it for however many servings is in it. Like I said, this is a really brief overview, but there are a lot of substitutions you can do as well. So even if you're looking up healthy recipes online and you see something that calls for mayonnaise substituted with Greek yogurt, and you can look online and also see what other healthy substitutions are out there. Meal planning is very nice because you can kind of plan it out. If you work until 5:30 every day, maybe it's something as easy as staying in the kitchen you know, on that Sunday or Saturday and just putting all your meals together, or even easy as something as like, okay, well, I know this is going to be a pretty easy meal to prepare. I can go ahead and prepare that before, or when I get home from work, or whatever the case may be. So let's just do a recap real quick. You want to work with portion control and watch what you're eating and how much of it you're eating. You want to be sure to write it down, and like I said, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. It could be a piece of paper, it could be a journal, it could be the apps on your phone, whatever way you want to go about that. And also meal prep. Research and find out some healthier and plan some healthier options. So guys, that was video 2, part 2 of the Fit Tip videos. And I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks.